Trump has turned it into the single most profitable scam of his. Please sit down. Please sit down.
Please don't talk over Chuck Schumer. He's Schumer Shabbos. He's the protector of Israel. Don't you have any idea who you're talking to? Does he need to get his lawyer? Sit back down, old man.
Genocide. This is part of the same con with you and Trump playing off of each other. Oh, he's worse. Oh, he's worse. You were put on notice in November of 2023 by the Center for Constitutional Rights and other legal and human rights organizations. Notice on potential legal liability for aiding, abetting, inciting, or conspiring to commit genocide for congressional acts and demand. You were put on notice, and you backed it, and you backed the genocide to the hills for years on end. How dare you talk about corruption? How dare you talk
How dare you, sir? You are put on notice, Chuck Schumer.
about corruption?
Thank you for your diatribe. Now, let's continue. Let's continue and let the people didn't come to hear you.
They came to hear the protectorate of Israel, Shomer Shabbos.
About your diabolical record. It's
Chucky Shomer Shabbos.
Show your genocidal face in public.
I'm not
Mr. Senator.
Mr. Senator. Oh shit, it's getting heated.
Shame on public citizen for not allowing questions to this genocidal maniac.
Chucky Schumer says, you're not a Jew, I'm the Jew.
Sorry about that. Let's
Sorry
continue
about that.
with the
It's
subject
unruly
at hand.
goyim. It's like a circus in here. I'm kvetching. And my bagel wasn't kosher this morning. What is the world coming to? That's right. They didn't come here to hear you tell the truth. They came here to me lie to them. That's what it's about here. I'm Shomer Shabbos. Be like Lenin. And this guy read up on revolutionary parliamentarism. Michael, are you stroking out again? Michael, use your words. Make sure that you spell check before you hit send.
Trump has turned it into the single.
We're descendants from the original Hebrews of the Holy Land. And we are the first part of that Judeo-Christian heritage which we cherish and which has given the world the civilization of freedom and faith.
That's right. The Jews gave us freedom.
And again, we have to stand up and defend it.
I didn't realize that freedom was Jewish, but apparently
It's
it
under
is.
attack from the rising tide of anti-Semitism.
Freedom means being a slave to the Jews. Did you know that?
Anti-evangelical.
That's real freedom.
Too. And it's not accidental that the two are coming under joint attack because we are one. And what I ask you is only one thing. Stand up. Stand up, be calm, don't cower. And, you know, when you're faced with an attack, what do? Attack back.
Attack back.
That's all. That's my long speech.
You say, we must rape your children. That's what you say. You say mine?
And, you know, I'm very grateful to you for your consistent support, for the constancy of your friendship. And now it's time to fight, fight, fight. That's it.
Well, he knew he was being so corny right there. He didn't even like that he had to say, he's like, shit, this is all I got right now. So how bemused he was that there was some cognitive dissonance there.
Fight, fight, fight. That's it.
He's like, I'm embarrassed that I just said that, but you know what it is. Yes, revolutionary parliamentarianism. Absolutely. That's it. That's the one. Hell is empty because all the demons are at Lindsey Graham's funeral. Big love, y'all. Yes, thank you, Yassa. What a beautiful future cadaver. Can't get here soon enough, Saeed. Really can't get here soon enough. He's in borrowed time he's using right now. It's overtime now. It's overkill. Any day now, Lord. You ain't fooling nobody, Satan.
Now that's how you reach the goy. Now that's how you reach the goy.
It's true. It do be like that sometimes. Speaking of Alan Dershowitz, his ears must have been pointing, and now he found his glasses, and he got his shoes back on, and he's ready to litigate.
Just come to the table and do that. Just assure the world that your promise, which is hollow, obviously, speaking on behalf of the Iranian regime, that you don't want to develop nuclear weapons, that your promise can actually be made certain on the ground. Then we can have peace.
Okay, Professor Marandi.
Oh, is it my turn? Because you've been, for the last half an hour, you've been busy with the spokesman for genocide and Epstein's buddy, who used to go to Rape Island. With him.
We need to do a polymarket bet on how many times Alan Dershowitz threatens to sue Dr. Marandi for talking about his alleged relationship with Jeffrey Poopy Pants Epstein.
For a person who frequented Rape Island, I think anything that he says is nonsense. And see,
Yep, there it is. There's going to be a lawsuit. Yep. See, he's already doing it.
I listened to him.
I've got to sue. There must be a long list of people that Alan Dershowitz has in his little black book of everyone he's got to sue. Because I don't know how you can keep track. Every conversation he has ends with, I'm going to sue you. You'll be hearing from my lawyer. Thank you.
That he's a lawyer, yet he cannot tolerate the words of a layman. That's how weak his argument is. Now, of course, someone who supports the genocidal regime of Israel would say this sort of nonsense. And of course, we recall how the South African government in its ICJ complaint showed genocidal intent by the Israeli regime, including the Israeli prime minister, whose spokesman you brought on and had this little love fest before this discussion.
This is the look of a man who has the truth on his side, by the way.
And
he's smiling because he knows he's got the truth.
Well, you don't have to keep making... Professor Marandi, just to be clear, it wasn't a love fest. I asked him some tough questions. I made some tough statements. I treated him with the same respect I try and treat you until you inevitably go ad hominem on people. Try not to go ad hominem. Stop with the silly digs. Stick to the proper debate we're having, and viewers may learn something. Force yourself.
Let the viewers judge. Piers, I know where you stand, Piers. I saw your previous interview with Ehud Barak. I saw it with this spokesman. We know where you stand, so that's not really important. But the point is that
where do you think I stand? Where do you think I stand?
You stand with the genocide. You stand with the ethno-supremacist regime. I once asked you 3 times in a row, do you consider an ethno-supremacist regime to be legitimate? And you refuse to answer. And the tone of your language, the fact that I'm not allowed to speak.
Hang on, just to be clear,
I am a shithead, but in my defense, I also am a piss boy.
In a moment, but just to be clear, I have repeatedly asked you in our numerous interviews, and I platform you regularly, something you always try and diminish in terms of its significance, but I do, and I've always asked you to tell me
I've never seen that part of Marandi's eyes, the way he looked up like, oh my God, he wanted to eye roll into a new dimension.
Critical thing about your own regime, and you always fail, which is very telling. So let's just park that to one side.
Fail what? Your framework that you imposed on the discussion because you didn't fit into your cookie cutter framework of that argument? I don't think so. That's not how this works. Excuse me. Dr. Marandi is always very based, as you can see. Laura Loomer's trying uncomfortably so to convince a Nazi to stop being so Nazi.
But denazifying Ukraine. And so I wanted to give you an opportunity to, explain how this makes you feel and set the record straight. You already said you are not a Nazi. But unfortunately, there are a lot of images in the media, whether these
depicting you as a Nazi.
These are real images. I think some of them are real, but I want to give you the opportunity to, again, set the record straight, that show some of the Azov battalion members wearing swastikas, carrying swastika flags, doing, Hitler salutes. And then also what I find to be a little bizarre, even though, I take you at your word, is I think that the branding for the Azov battalion is a little strange because, in my opinion, if somebody doesn't want to be called a Nazi, they shouldn't have an insignia or a logo that looks very similar to the Nazis, SS lightning lightning logo. And so my question to you is, do you think there will ever, be a time when you guys reform the Azov battalion patch so that you can, fix your image so that optically speaking, people don't think you're Nazis?
Почнемо все-таки з чому, наприклад, нас називають нацією.
Називали why we are called Nazis.
В основному для росіян історія з тим, щоб заявити, що ми нацисти, вона безумовно супервигідна. Тому що це те, що добре знову-таки продається в першу чергу на Заході. Але дивіться, росіяни заявляють, що вони тут виступають проти дискримінації так званого російськомовного населення. Вони розповідають, що це населення автоматично, якщо воно російськомовне, росіяни, і що вони сюди прийшли.
What the fuck is this word salad?
Їх захищати. Один з таких російськомовних з російськомовної сім'ї до недавніх пір це особисто я. З самого початку Азов майже повністю складався з бійців зі Східної України – Харківської, Донецької, Луганської, Дніпропетровської областей. Харків і зараз є на 90%, мабуть, російськомовним містом, яке дало найбільшу кількість солдат і добровольців в співвідношенні з іншими областями України. Для мене, якщо говорити про націонал-соціалізм, фашизм і так далі, то його невід'ємними частинами є ідея домінування однієї нації над іншою і ідея захоплення життєвого простору, або, як німці це називали, Lebensraum. Цей, скажімо так, показник значно краще підходить Росія, ніж Україна або український націоналізм, який хоче просто свою власну країну.
So yes, we're Nazis, but it's just because we want our own Ukrainian nationalism. And actually Russia is the Nazis because they conducted their special military operation against Ukraine. Is that what he's saying?
Дивовижна історія. Тобто люди або людина, яка не визначає себе як нациста, не робить подібних заяв і в першу чергу дій кимось визначається в тій чи іншій, в тому чи іншому окрасі. А якщо на Україні нацизм або батальйон Азов колись був нацистським, у мене питання, чому на Україні найнижчий рівень актів антисемітизму і ксенофобії в Європі? Де хоч один прояв нашого нацизму. Азов, наприклад, був озброєною військовою частиною. Він знаходився в абсолютно досить специфічному інтернаціональному місті Маріуполь, де велика громада греків, кавказців, мусульман і євреїв. І всі ці люди цих національностей служили в батальйоні Азов в значних кількостях.
So they're Nazis because they hate communists, not because they hate Jews, is his answer? I mean, what was that about? The only thing compelling that I think he said was, if we're Nazis, show us one act of anti-Semitism. That made me think. I don't know. What do you guys think? That didn't, overall, it did not seem very convincing. It seemed like, oh, well, yes, we're Nazis, but you have to understand a lot of historical context as to why that is. See, in Eastern Ukraine, it's not Nazism, it's sparkling fascism. Yes, we use the swastika, but it's really just a sticker. And it looks like two lightning bolts, but that's just because we like lightning. Which is worse, claiming you're the master race or claiming you're the only race? How about claiming 50 subscriptions to the community? How about claiming that? That is quite a large booty of gifted subscriptions. And once again, our anonymous gifter is showing up, our resident asshole Saeed, with 50 gifted subscriptions. And I just wish that Saeed would take some notes and become more like the anonymous gifter who so graciously drops 50 on the stream. Coincidentally, always when Saeed is here, which is weird. And you would think that Saeed would take note of this and amend his ways, but he chooses not to. But in any event, we do thank you, anonymous person out there. I have so many anonymous friends and contributors, it's hard to really keep track of them all. And, you see? He's got harsh words for our anonymous gifter. Don't you talk to Anonymous like that, Saeed. Anonymous can interrupt the stream whenever they anonymously want to. And you'll sit down and you'll take it and you'll like it, sir. That's actually fake news, Lolo. We were tracking Saeed's movements in the region for months now, and it turns out that Saeed was lying when he said that he was going to go to Turkey. That was not true. He actually never left his home. So again, it's not looking good. It's not looking good for his narrative. All right. Saeed's a prodigious pathological liar. That's all we really need to know to understand. Yeah, what? Yeah, I know you feel betrayed too, don't you? Yeah, he just meant he was eating turkey for dinner that night. That's all. He didn't go to Turkey. I'm beginning to think he might not even have a family at this point. It might just be a full-blown cover story. Maybe he's actually Mossad. Maybe he's Mossad. Maybe that's what it is. But in any event, we do have a hype train got started. And that is what I like to hear. Funny, it's exactly what Saeed said to my mom. Sit down and take it. Yeah. Damn you. So so you're saying my mom is a top or a bottom? We had this philosophical discussion earlier. What does it mean to be a top? What does it mean to be a bottom? Sit, yeah, whatever, Saeed. We know you have trouble spelling, so which one is it? Set or sit? Sit down, throttle this D. Is that what you told her? You sick fuck. That's my mother, dude. That's where I was originated from. She created me, and this is how you're going to repay her wonderful contribution to society by birthing me, this wonderful specimen, this immaculate example of a human being. Thank you very much. Don't mind if I do. That's why you come here. You like to have the deep conversations. We get real deep in the dirty. Well, Bubbles, you know what? That makes one of us. Okay, now Saeed's getting incredibly graphic, and I can't even repeat what he's saying here. It's not fit for family consumption. Saeed, you better stop that, okay? You make another 9 or 10 more mom jokes, and I'm liable to get real upset, and there's no telling what I will do. You've never seen me get to that point, but I'm willing to take it there, if you're willing to take it there. If you want to go, let's go. Back to the show. Back to the goy slop. Okay. This guy is really pissed off. I'm dragging this bit on for way too long. Yeah, you should be sorry. You should be real. Look, we actually made Saeed feel shame for his actions. I can't believe this. Now I know Saeed for sure is not Israeli. He's actually got some capacity for self-reflection. He actually feels shame. That's big. That's big, Saeed. I think there's hope for you yet. Thank you, Boop on your nose, for becoming a fellow noticer. You really do. You really do. When's it gonna end? Somebody's mom's eye's gonna get poked out. That's how this ends. And I won't say by how or what, but it's all fun and games until somebody's mom gets their eye poked out. So you really need to cool it, okay? And you should really, take some more tips from that anonymous guy. They know what's up. You just enjoy your company. That's right, Saeed. He's a shithead, but we love him. He's our resident shithead. Well done, Saeed. Well done indeed, Saeed. Indeed and Saeed, they both rhyme. I just noticed that. A federal court granted discovery in Max Blumenthal's lawsuit against the Trump administration. Wow, Max Blumenthal is going the Alan Dershowitz route. He's going full Dershowitz on the Trump admin, suing the administration, calling for the seizure of his phones a violation of his Fourth Amendment rights. The judge framed the case as part of Trump's wider assault on press freedom. That's crazy. That's big time. Former Israeli soldier confronted in San Francisco.
This gentleman
Hilarity
is across from me.
That's not
because
true.
I'm Jewish.
Not. Is that
It's because I'm Jewish. It's always. That's the only reason that people get assaulted these days.
Got an Israeli flag on your back?
Yes.
Are you Israeli?
I lived there for a while.
Did you serve in the IDF?
Yeah.
This man also said that Palestine doesn't exist after this video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did?
For a little while. And then I went to the Marine Corps.
Yeah. Did you kill any children in Palestine when you were in the IDF?
I'm not talking about that. So fuck off.
Did you?
Oh, fuck off. He's very proud to be a Jew, but don't ask him what he's been up to. He can't tell you about that. He says, go fuck yourself. But he's proud of his Jewish heritage. He's proud of serving in the IDF, but don't ask him what he's been doing. He doesn't want to talk about it. I don't get it. I don't get that. I'm sorry. You should be proud of, you're the chosen people. You're living in God's promised land. You're in the most moral army in the world. You're in the only democracy in the Middle East. You've got all of this going for you. You're the bastion of Western civilization. You literally forged Western civilization through your Judeo-Christian values, as you told us. But you can't own the things that you've been doing in the promised land because they're too divisive. And now you want to you got to shut down the public conversation because you don't want to talk about it.
What years did you serve in the IDF?
I was back in the 80s.
Back in the 80s, when Ronald Reagan said they were committing a
I told you I'm not talking to you anymore. No.
All I did was ask you a question.
Yeah, you're trying to instigate an issue. Ma'am?
Ma'am, can I speak to your lawyer? No, I don't want to speak to my lawyer. I want to speak to your lawyer.
This gentleman is accosting me.
That's not
true. I'm Jewish.
The finger pointing.
Everything's fine here.
You're not fine.
You said you served in the 80s?
I'm not talking to you anymore.
That's when Ronald Reagan said they were committing a Holocaust in Lebanon, and he told them to stop bombing Lebanon.
Yeah, that's when the Marines got 280 people killed.
They killed hundreds of thousands of people in Palestine and Lebanon.
Leave him alone. Go sit down.
So you know, you're going to have to live with that guilt for the rest of your life, buddy.
No, I don't live with that.
Yeah.
This gentleman is accosting.
This gentleman is accosting me. The unfucking of this country is gonna take generations. Okay? The first Trump administration tried to usher in pre-crime to stop shootings and terror before it happens by having AI give Americans risk scores for neuropsychiatric warning signs based on their social media activity. The first Trump admin, AG Bill Barr, also created the legal rails for pre-crime at the DOJ and FBI. Now, the Trump administration, yes, thought crimes, exactly, pre-crime. Not to be confused with pre-cum, completely different thing. The Trump administration is doing it all for real with Kash Patel at a time when other administration officials have claimed that political opposition to their agenda is indicative of a resurgence of political terrorism. Kash Patel has teamed up with Silicon Valley and AI to decide who gets put on the naughty list. Instead of an uproar over the complete destruction of our remaining civil liberties, there are crickets. The world ends not with a bang but with a whimper. A good segment of people who used to claim they were advocates for civil liberties, personal freedoms, and personal sovereignty are now instead tied up in embarrassing personality cults, NGU derangement syndrome, and/or bleeding that open source AI will save us all. The FBI's pre-crime AI could be open source, and it would still work as intended, and it'd still be just as detrimental to our freedoms. Making a digital prison open source doesn't change how it functions. It just makes the walls a little more opaque. That is, if you can even read and understand the code, which most people can't. We're looking at you, Saeed. Open source is a buzzword that has become largely meaningless, like natural, on American food labels. Stop acting like it will save the U.S. from tyranny. There is a reason the exact people involved in making AI pre-crime in the U.S. a reality have been recently tweeting about how open source AI will somehow prevent its misuse by bad actors. They are lulling you into a false sense of security as they pull the switch. The tyrants are in power. They are neocons with a new coat of paint. It couldn't be clearer. They are now announcing that they are using AI to target domestic dissent, and whether it is open source or not, it will work as intended. Look at this. We've got the moment when Israeli soldiers drop their weapons and leave the Shtei Taman base, the terrorist camp, leaving the Shtei Taman base in a mass rebellion. They're upset because they're not graping Palestinians fast enough. That's probably Nobody likes you. The entire world hates you. What you've done is unforgivable. You're all going to hell.
They send their terrorists to Europe. They send their terrorists to South America. They want to kill Donald Trump. They just gave out Melania, a fact sheet on Melania and Barron. You know, they openly say they want to kill they want to kill me. They want to, kill my family. By the way,
they want to do exactly what you did to them. That's crazy, man. Wow.
They wanted to kill Lindsay.
Yes.
That was not known, but it was known to me.
That's correct. No, actually.
Oh, that was, yeah, it's such a shocker. The guy that's been advocating for the death of Iran, the complete obliteration of their entire civilization. Wow. Shocking news. Iran also didn't like Lindsey Graham.
We publicized that.
Yeah.
And then they said, one down, more to go.
Yeah.
All I can tell you is that in the face of such a tyranny, you need to have the will to resist.
He's always selling war. Every time he's in front of the cameras, he's selling war. That's what he is. He's a war salesman. It's his only job. And not even war. He's selling terror, obviously. Terrorism. You saw how his eyes lit up, though? Like, as soon as he came around to the point, he's like, he's like, oh, yes, but you see, this is what you have to do.
In the face of such a tyranny, you need to have the will to resist. They send their terrorists to you.
He's looking around. He's looking around.
All I can tell you is that in the face of such a tyranny.
He got a big boner after he said that, I'm sure.
Wake the fuck up! Your diaper's full! You smell like shit!
Wow, Trump is traumatized.
Wake the fuck up! Your diaper's full! You smell like shit!
I just like how confused he looks. He's like so distraught.